All right, early morning. I just spontaneously decided to record a little bit because, I mean, I've just been procrastinating all morning long, honestly. I did my morning routine and everything, but I still haven't gotten to, like, the actual meat. I got, like, fucking attack. And today's topic's gonna be regarding self-improvement and becoming a different person. This journey isn't for the faint of heart. And a lot of people, when starting self-improvement, they don't want to do it alone, which is understandable. Doing it alone isn't recommended. I wouldn't recommend doing it alone. But the issue lies in the fact that people look for self-improvement partners, or if you could call them that, in the wrong places. A lot of people, they try to get their friends, they try to convince their current friends, which are usually a bunch of, losers that have nothing going for them anyways. They aren't willing to, make that change because it is very uncomfortable. I see where they're coming from, if that makes sense. I understand why a lot of people, if someone, like one of your friends just reaches out to you, hey, let's wait till 4 a.m. every single day, that sounds absolutely crazy because it's such a huge shift from their normal day-to-day life. So making that change is essentially impossible for the majority of people, like 99.9% of people. That's just not going to be even within their range or realm of possibility. That's not going to be like a thing for them because it's just so ridiculous, and like no one's going to be willing. That's what's going to separate you from the 99.9%. It's your willingness to put yourself out there, put yourself in uncomfortable situations in order to transform into this new person. And going out there and trying to convince your friends to come over to your side is going to be nearly impossible. Because they aren't willing to lower themselves to that standard. That's my dog in the background, I do apologize. But anyways, your friends aren't willing, most of your friends, yeah, I mean, can you even call them friends? I'm not even sure, because after high school, a lot of people, I'm currently a senior in high school, and a lot of people I currently talk to, I'm kind of gonna cut ties, honestly. I know that sounds like a, douchebag move or an asshole move or whatever you want to call it. I really don't give a fuck, bro. Because they aren't benefiting me in any way. With the way they live, the way they just, drift through life, that's not how I want to live. And a lot of people are gonna come to me and say, that's not normal. Yeah, I don't want to be. That's not my intention. I'm not intending to be normal. And then be like, oh my god, you're so weird. Like, bro, just be normal, be like the rest. No, that's not my plan, bro. Think I'm trying to be like the rest of you? You think I'm trying to live like the rest of you? That's not my fucking plan in life. I want success to come quickly. And that's not me saying I want success to come easily. I want it to come effectively, because money loves speed. It loves efficiency. So it's just about making that change, overnight. I can't fucking snap with my left hand. I'm filming with my right hand, so. But you know what I mean, right? I don't expect this journey to be easy. By no means. By no means am I saying that. But I know what it's going to take, and I know it's going to take me separating myself from people. Not necessarily physically separating myself. It's kind of hard to do when you're, in the same class as a lot of these people, but just disassociating myself with people without the same goals and aspirations as me, with people that have a completely different approach to life than I do. Because, yeah, I mean, and that's why you should stop trying to convince your friends, because your friends are never gonna want to change. It's all up to you. You gotta build yourself from within. You gotta build yourself up first, and then you'll attract those high value, high quality people that you're seeking. Those high quality people that you sought after this whole time. So there's a saying, which kind of goes for a lot of things in life, but it's about building your garden. It's not about going out there and chasing. It's this like analogy about, butterflies, build your garden. It's actually supposed to be like about, attracting girls and stuff, but it really goes for a lot of things in life, just friends, relationships, girls. But it's about building your garden so that you don't have to go out there and chase people, because people are just going to run away. They're going to fear you because you are so different. It's about building your garden, and inevitably, you're going to attract those high quality people that you've been seeking all along. So start to work on yourself. Start trying to love yourself. Start holding yourself to a higher standard than others. But that doesn't mean gain an ego. That actually means dropping your ego. So drop your ego, hold yourself to a higher standard, and work harder. Work towards your goals every single solitary day of your existence. A lot of people will not like you for that. A lot of people will hate you for that. A lot of people will see that you're trying something different. A lot of people will start to envy you, because you're essentially reflecting their wasted potential. You're manifesting the potential that they missed out on, that they aren't willing to work towards, that they aren't willing to fulfill, if that makes sense. So when they come to you, making fun of you, pointing at you, laughing at you, they're essentially reflecting their own insecurity towards you. A lot of people, I know I'm kind of going off on a side tangent, but the point still stands. Stop trying to bring people over that inherently don't have the same values as you. They might seem understanding on the outside. They might superficially be open to change, but eventually they're just gonna fall off. They're gonna slack off. And people are just gonna, it won't help. Stop trying to chase that. Stop trying to chase others. Let others come to you. Let others reach out to you, because I've tried so many times to talk to my friends. Again, a lot of these friends I wouldn't really consider like real friends. If that makes sense. They're essentially just friends because I go to the same school as them. Doesn't really mean we're friends, right? We're just classmates, right? But personally, I don't see you as a friend if you don't bear the same values as me. If we don't have a mutual goal to work towards, then I don't really see you as a companion, as a friend. Yeah, sure, we might be friendly towards each other. We might be, of course, I'm going to respect you no matter what. You're still a human, right? Doesn't matter who you are. But long term, I won't really want to associate with you, if that makes sense. I know I sound like an asshole right now, but honestly, that is the truth. Like, why, if they're not benefiting me in any way, then why should I even associate with them? There's no point. There's literally no point, because all they want to do is go out and have fun. Oh, live life. You're still young. Live life. The thing they don't understand is I'm living my life right now. I am working Me working towards something greater is me living life. That's where I derive happiness from, if that makes sense. So you gotta rewire your brain to start enjoying hard work. Because for me, that is the enjoyment of life. This fucking dumbass dog. I apologize for that. But anyways, they just wouldn't understand because they're always giving me like, yeah, okay, you might have a conversation with them like, you might have a conversation with them about self-improvement for like 5 minutes, and then suddenly they switch over. They just hate that concept, I guess. I don't know. They just start to like despise it or something. I don't know. They just want to get it over with, and then suddenly they start talking about, oh, let's go drinking this Friday. Like, bro, we were just talking about like being sober and not drinking and not gaming and stuff. Oh, you want to hop on tonight? No, bro. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do right now. I have other priorities, bro. Do you not understand? And people are gonna think you're cringe or crazy in the start until you actually start seeing results, right? Until you actually start to gain momentum. So it really comes down to the mindset. Like, honestly, there's not much else to it, because physically, you're in, if you're watching this, you're probably in like good, like you're probably in good physical condition. You probably have the physical capability to achieve everything you could ever imagine in life. But the only thing that's limiting you is your mindset. You just gotta break free. You gotta forget your mind. You gotta forget your feelings and think rationally. Start thinking rationally and logically. And again, when I'm doing my morning routine, I try not to just go through. I actually wrote this in my journal. I try not to just go through the motions. I'm not just waking up, making my bed, and taking a cold shower to just get it over with, to just cross it off my checklist. I'm doing it with intent, with purpose. You know, I'm doing it under the pretense that I'm achieving something. I'm striving towards my future self, my future successful self. And you gotta have a image up in you gotta have a clear image of your future self up in your mind. You gotta be able to manifest that shit. And a lot of people are like, oh, just think positive, and the law of attraction, all this bullshit, right? But thinking won't bring you any closer to your goals, right? You actually gotta take action on your thoughts. It's good to think, right? It's good to think about your goals, but you also gotta take action, because they won't just manifest out of the blue. That's not how it works. You actually gotta take action, and that's what a lot of people procrastinate on. They procrastinate on actually taking action. They love telling people about it. They love thinking about it. They love writing it down in a notebook, writing goals down in a notebook, but they lack the ability to actually take action on what they want to do, because it gives you a dopamine rush. They love telling their friends about it. They love telling their friends, come on, bro, let's hop in self-improvement. We got so many goals. Let's wake up at 4 a.m. They don't wake up at 4 a.m. They wake up at 8 a.m. Sleep in, because, yeah, they were tired. They were only going to get 3 hours of sleep anyways. It doesn't matter how much sleep you get. It's about building a routine. It's about building that discipline. Stop trying to optimize everything. You understand me? Like, stop trying to be like, stop trying to be all optimal, because that's not really getting you anywhere, because life is never going to be perfect. And you got to learn to cope with that. You got to learn to condition your mind to be able to handle that. There's some nights where I only get 4 hours of sleep. There's some nights where I only get 5 hours of sleep. It doesn't matter. I still got to wake up at 4 a.m., 4:25, and get done what I need to get done. So there's really no excuse. You just got to callous your mind to be able to take anything that life throws at you. And a lot of your peers, a lot of your companions aren't gonna be with that. They're gonna like think you're absolutely weird for that, because like no one does that. You know why no one does that? Because it's uncomfortable. You know why so few people are successful and why so many people are just mediocre and will stay mediocre for the rest of their lives? It's because they aren't willing to embark on that journey. They aren't willing to embark upon these difficult tasks. They aren't willing to do these things because it's uncomfortable. But you got to think back to where there's discomfort, there's progression. Whenever I'm in an uncomfortable situation, I just think to myself, this is gonna get you. This is a part of your development journey, if that makes sense. You're developing yourself right now. You're creating yourself into a better person right now. Yeah, it might be uncomfortable in the moment, but long term, it's gonna bring you fulfillment. Long term, it's gonna develop you. It's gonna evolve you as a person, if that makes sense. So, I mean, if your friends are with it, if your friends really want to like improve with you and actually are true to and actually are true to their words and actually do what they say, then great, bro. Bring them. That's the kind of people. Those are the kind of people you actually want in your life. People who can hold you accountable. People who can push you further than yourself thought you could. That makes sense. I need to stop saying it. That makes sense. Because it does. It really does make sense. So you gotta bring those people into your life. And if they're actually genuine and actually want to do this with you, then by all means, keep them. Because those are good friends. But friends who kind of try to like negatively impact you whenever you try to like whenever you post something, for example. Whenever you post something, they go on, take a screenshot, share it all in the group chat. Oh my god, this guy posted a fucking weird ass no fat video, whatever. Those aren't the friends you want to keep in your life, because they're not gonna bring you anywhere. They're not gonna elevate you. They're just gonna hold you down. So you stay at the same level as them, so they feel better about themselves, because they don't want someone from their friend group to exceed them, because you're basically just showing them what they could have achieved and which they didn't. So, yeah. But just make sure you bring the right people into your life. And remember, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. So just remember that. Be mindful of the people you hang out with. Be mindful of how they treat you, how they act towards you. And if they treat you like shit and you can't really do anything about it because you go to the same school as them, use that as fuel. Use that as fuel to the fire. Because just imagine when one day you're successful and they're still in the same position, just a bit older. Just imagine the look on their faces when you actually make it. Just imagine that. I'm not saying do it for them, do it to prove them wrong, but just keep that in mind. Use their hatred as fuel to the fire. Close everything out. Close all your feelings out. Just be tunnel vision. Be focused on exactly the thing you want to achieve. Don't veer off in different paths. Don't try all these different side hustles. Just focus on that one thing, because if you disperse your energy, it's very unlikely that you're gonna make it. If you chase 3 rabbits, you aren't gonna catch any. If you chase 1 rabbit and focus solely on that 1 rabbit, you're gonna catch it. Well, there's at least a higher chance of you catching it than, trying to catch 3 rabbits at once, So be tunnel vision, be focused. And don't let the meaningless opinions of others bring you down. Because in hindsight, they don't mean anything. They really don't. Why would it affect? They're just words. They're just thoughts. They're just words from people you don't want to be like anyways. So why would you listen to them? Doesn't make sense. So yeah, I really believe in you. You got this, bro. Peace.